Hey y'all, this is a video that I didn't want to make, but I feel like it's necessary to make it because recently there was a video posted. There was a video posted about me that is full of lies. Someone is upset that their friend got broken up with, so I am going to address the accusations in that video.
So I have covered Alexandra Sabol before. I covered her when she went viral for the whole feeding her kids powdered donuts for breakfast, amongst other things. The internet went a little bit mad with that one and people were very torn on either side. She has actually got quite a big fan base over on TikTok right now, as you can see. It says, "I'm not a regular mum, I'm a cool mum," and spread kindness. And she is very well known for doing her what my child eats for lunch, what my child eats for breakfast, basically serve with me's, which are really quite popular. But she does it in a very aggressive type of way. I think she started doing this because maybe that's just I don't know, the way that she is. But then obviously the more that she has gotten backlash for seemingly not really caring about serving up food, she kind of does it as a bit of a skit. So you'll see her just aggressively throwing her 2-year-old's plate at the camera, and obviously it is a bit of a joke now, and I think that is the way that she treats it. Now, she's had her fair bit of controversy, like I just said, with what she feeds her kids. Also, the fact that she has always said that, you know, they've struggled financially and that she is on the food bank. I think she said that she's not on government assistance anymore. And it's very clear to see because now she'll do hauls such as, you know, spending, I think it was $2,200 at GameStop. And people in the comments were not very happy, saying, you know, how can you receive food bank donations? How can you get this and that, but then also spend a ridiculous amount of money, and so, you know. So people are annoyed at her for various different reasonings, but they are not the reasonings that we're going to be focusing on today.
I went shopping today. I got paid today, so I went a little bit overboard for the entire family.
As I already said in my last video, Alexandra was in a throuple, and a throuple is basically where you are with 2 other people. So she was with her partner, who I can never remember the name of, the guy, and then also this woman as well. So there were 3 of them looking after the kids in the household. Now, whatever your feelings are about that, I mean, maybe I'm just very traditional. I can't really ever see that working, especially if there are kids involved, but I do know that that is a thing. Like, people do that. Obviously that's a very divisive topic, but what has now happened is that the other women in the relationship, so you know, there's Alex, there's the guy, and then there's the other woman. The other woman, supposedly they both broke up with her, and she has then come on TikTok, well, her friend has come on TikTok and divulged all this information about Alexandra and about the child and how they treat the children, and just all of this very, I'm not going to lie, quite serious stuff. And Alexandra then made a video where she was discussing exactly what was said. Now, I believe the original video has been taken down, but there is this little screenshot which you can pause to read, which basically has all of the talking points of what she was saying. And I won't lie, some of it is extremely alarming. And I would normally say, you know, especially if you're talking about your personal innings, you know, with your own kids and with exes and things like that, it's best not to bring it to the surface. But the problem is that Alexandra has brought these things to the surface. There's been comments which are just, you should not be online. All this information that they have willingly given about children within relationships that just have no business being online. But some of the things that she was saying, I won't lie, did alarm me and has alarmed quite a few other people as well. I'm not going to beat around the bush, okay? There's been so much stuff that has come out recently about kids being online, people ignoring warning signs, and yeah, I just didn't like some of her answers, and I didn't like some of the responses that she was giving. I just don't think it makes a lot of sense. So we're going to go through that one.
That bitch hate me, then this bitch hates me, and somehow they link up and they become friends. Like how? Bitch, pipe down.
You do have to keep in mind as well that there has been this consensus with the 3 of them that Alexandra was primarily doing most of the heavy lifting. She was doing the cooking, she was looking after the kids, and the other 2 the guy and the girl would basically sit around and just play games all day. And this is one of the main consensuses, that she kind of came across as a bit of a freeloader, this other woman.
Someone is upset that their friend got broken up with, so I am going to address the accusations in that video. First of all, I do get up with my kids. Dee did not and was not the only one to get up with my kids. Most of the time, I got up with them and let Dee and James sleep in. I also am the primary one to take care of my children, and I always have been, and I always will be.
Now, just for a little bit of context, Alexandra has a child. I can't remember how old they are, but a little bit older. I think she has like split custody with the ex. So she is saying that she is the primary caregiver when those kids are in the house. She also has another child. I'm not really sure how many children she has. I think she has 2 or 3. Please forgive my ignorance. I do believe when she says that she is the one that gets up with the kids, because like I've already said, it's a very strong consensus that the other two basically didn't really do anything but play games. So that I can understand.
James is not, nor has he ever threatened anyone with violence. He has never threatened to hurt or worse to anyone. He did not beat my kids when Dee left. He does not pop them. Neither of us do. We are a gentle parenting household, so we do not beat them or anything like that.
So this is actually from Alexandra, I believe, on that video. Someone said, you admitted about a month ago that you pop your young children on their bottoms when they misbehave. Spanking children teaches them it's okay to hit people when they are angry. And as far as... And Alexandra said, no, I said we used to years ago. So already you're going, you know, I don't do that, to, oh no, maybe I did years ago. Now this other person is saying you admitted about a month ago that you pop your young children. So I'm inclined to believe that, you know, people are not going to be making this up, considering a lot of people are saying that in the comment section. And I found this on the Reddit thread. James, who is her partner, who she's talking about, said, my hands are bisexual when it comes to defending my partner. Someone said you would attack a woman. You really are a little bee. Now, my answer to this, obviously, like, yes, hitting women, absolutely disgraceful. I think just hitting anyone in general is also pretty disgraceful. But once again, what Alexandra is saying does not line up. This was literally within that video's comment section. Doesn't line up. He has said that he will be violent towards women, which is what Alexandra was saying, that he wouldn't do that. He's literally doing it in the comment section, and apparently there have been other instances where he has like threatened people within the comment section, and I'm sure you could probably find those over on the Reddit thread. Like I say, I'm not trying to pick holes, I'm just trying to present this information, that some of the things that she's saying doesn't really make a lot of sense.
My man does not want Dee. He wanted to be friends with Dee. I do make good money on TikTok, but I don't get government assistance, so there's no one to report to. Also, my mom doesn't know how much I make. She just wanted to make their Easter baskets. I tell my mom everything.
So I think a lot of what she's referring to is the fact that she has said that I think she used to be on government assistance, or she was on some sort of assistance before she started making a lot of money. She's always spoken about, you know, how she didn't used to have a lot of money. So she does have a wish list, things like that. Like, people do send her things. So it can be a little bit jarring when you go from not having any money to not really disclosing the fact that you are making more money, but then you then still have your wish list, and you're then spending like $2,200 on GameStop, and I'm pretty sure there was a Bath and Body Works haul. What I'm trying to get at is that I feel like in this situation, the minute that you start earning a decent amount of money online, if you haven't before, it's always best just to disclose that and go, you know, I'm doing better, you don't need to send me things. It's nice when people, you know, if people do want to send stuff to your PO box. I think that's entirely different to having a wish list, you know, on Amazon, where you put down things that you want, because if you can afford to spend over $2,000 in, you know, on things, you do not need other people to send you things on Amazon.
Jace is not or neglected at his dad's house. I can't open a can without my lips turning blue. I am anemic, so if my lips are blue, I cannot control that. I did have to take my son to the hospital for threatening his life. And I did allow his dad in the room. But there has never been proof that their dad is abusive. And I did send him back to his dad's after he said that he didn't want to go back. That is because he goes to a private school and he was going to lose his place. But I check in on him every day to make sure that his dad is not hurting him in any way.
Now, this part did make me extremely angry, but regardless, someone said, I would never force my child to go somewhere they don't want to, private school or not, if his dad is. You are being 100% complacent. Children are to be believed and protected, period. Alexandra then says, I believe he is unhappy there, which is why I check in with him daily when he's not with me. I think that is absolutely outrageous, and I'm sorry for saying this. I think this child's about 7. It's one of the reasons why I wanted to make this video, because this isn't okay. Sorry if you feel like I'm speaking out of line. I don't feel like this is okay at all. If your 7-year-old, I think they're 7, says they don't want to be at their dad's, you should listen to them. Just because they're in a private school doesn't matter. Take them out. That thing that she was saying about what they tried to do, is that not telling? I don't want to sit here and guess and mill over it as to what could be going on, but you need to listen to children. Now, what Alex did say in the comments was that, she can't really change it. It's a court order and she wants to move up closer to where the kid's dad lives. Now, I do know that in emergency situations, this is only in the UK, okay, there is a way for you to get an emergency court hearing to be able to adjust the court order. I know this because me and my ex have them, because we're not together anymore, but we put a court order in just for like custody and stuff. Anyway, completely separate situation. But I'm trying to say that at least in this country, you can do like an emergency court filing. You can try and rectify this in one way or another. But if she's making steps, but who knows how long this arrangement has been going on for? Like, how long has this child been unhappy? Do you know what I mean? Like, how long have they not wanted to go to their dad's house? That is what's deeply concerning to me.
I do want my kids full-time. I have asked their dad multiple times, but I cannot have the kids full-time at the school zone that I am at, because Jace was mistreated at that school zone last year, which Dee and her friend that posted this video know. I always advocate for my kids. I don't my kids. I don't mistreat my kids. I can't imagine talking about someone's child on a public platform because you're upset that your friend got broken up with, or because you're just a sad person in general.
And you see, I 110% agree with her here. What this other lady has done is outrageous in the sense that they have come on and given all this information, because I don't think a lot of what Alexandra is saying in the comment section and how she's justifying it, I don't think that is okay. So it's a very torn one, because likewise, I think that this other woman they broke up with, I think she was just very stung, very hurt, and just wanted to attack, and unfortunately has let that out in one of the worst ways possible. I'm
not going to talk bad about you and all the things I've heard you tell your children. I'm not going to talk about how I've heard you talk to your children. I'm not going to talk about what you've said about your children to me. I'm not going to talk about Dee. I refuse to stoop as low as you two and talk badly about you guys and on y'all's name, because those 3 children, unfortunately, care about Dee. So I'm not going to talk bad on her name, and I'm not going to talk bad about you and your name. I'm not going to talk bad on your name, because I have a little bit more class than that. But I will speak up when there are lies being told about me, my boyfriend, and my children, and my children's father. I can't imagine why you were raised with such a hateful heart. But I just had to make this video because I don't appreciate lies being spread about me. I don't do anything to anybody. I mind my business. And I have you blocked, so I don't even know how you saw that my mom got their Easter baskets unless you made another account just to look at my page. But you won't find any animosity here. I'm not going to stoop as low as you or your friend. I hope karma comes around and humbles you and teaches you a lesson about lying on people. And I hope that you are never stuck between a rock and a hard place and have to figure out a way out.
So that is a response video to what was being said. I think she covered most of the things. How does everyone feel about this one? I know it's an extremely sensitive, touchy subject. In regards to people seeing things that are slightly unusual or hearing things that are slightly unusual, I think more people need to turn up their ears and not kind of bury their head in the sand when you hear allegations a bit like this. And you're then hearing elements of truth, which I didn't quite expect when I heard the video response. In the comment section, they're not very happy, and not a lot of them are not, and they're picking her out on this. They're saying, how can you send your child back to that place if they're really unhappy? And poor child is all I'm trying to say, because all this information is now all over the internet. The company you keep. Anyway, that's pretty much all I wanted to say. Hope you guys have a wonderful day wherever you are in this world. Take care of each other, take care of yourselves, and I will catch up with you guys in the next video. Oh, and happy Easter from yesterday. Happy Easter.